Okay, so we're now heading to the High Tor. High Tor grounds. And there's a little board here telling you all about the High Tor. The pleasure grounds known as the High Tor grounds. Opened by Peter Arkwright, grandson of Sir Richard Arkwright, founder of the mills at Cromford. So basically we're walking through High Tor, heading towards Giddy Edge. Just to let you know, if you want a rest break on this High Tor walk, there's loads of viewing platforms and benches you can sit on. So keep going, get to the top of High Tor now. We're not too far away. Okay folks, so if you're doing this with families and kids and dogs, make sure you tell them to keep well back from the edge, because it is sheer drops from up here on High Tor. Don't bring kids right close to this edge. It's a sheer drop all the way down. But look at the views from up here. Amazing, isn't it? I've got a castle in the background. Oh, it's lovely and fresh up here. Let's take a look over this side. So you've got Derwent Valley all the way along Matlock, and then you go all the way along, and if you carry on going that way it'll take you to Bakewell. Bakewell's basically just over there. So here's the viewpoint, there's Matlock Bath down there. Yep. Right folks, so now Giddy Edge is knocked off the list. We've been past Giddy Edge before, but it was absolutely chucking it down with rain, and so we gave it a miss. But yeah, we've done it now. It's not quite as dramatic as it looks online on videos, but it's still good fun. If you're Matlock, You've got to do it, I guess. You've got to do it. But yeah, we're heading down to Matlock now, and we'll decide if we're going to get some Matlock Bath, sorry, and we'll decide if we're going to get some chips or not. Might be too early for chips. My chippies might not be open though, shall they? That's my point. Obviously, the further along we get, we are starting to come down now towards Matlock Bath. Well, I don't know if this has been left by a wild camper or someone that shouldn't have been sleeping in it, or landowner. I hate seeing that. Just tidy your stuff up and take it with you. Right, so we're back at the exit now to High Tor, because obviously we did Giddy Edge, so we went a different way. Right, so we're at the whistle stop and Matlock Bath train station now, and this is a good place to park your car for a couple of hours. Okay, so we're crossing the river again now, and then you've got the Midland pub. So now we are in Matlock Bath, so we're going to have a walk up the street and see if the chip shop's open. But first, before we do that, we're going to walk through the park. It's 20p if you want to use it. So there is public toilets here, but it is 20p donation. Unfortunately. And there's a memorial here. Wow, that is a big memorial. The Bath's first fatal casualty, William Henry Gregory, in the Royal Navy, was due to end on August 21st, but the outbreak of the war he was drafted to HMS Monmouth, an outdated armour cruiser, which formed part of a squadron of older vessels sent to the South Atlantic under the command of Rear Admiral Sir Christopher Craddock. HMS Monmouth and HMS Good Hope were lost, with over 1,000 men who perished in the freezing sea. £6.50 entry to the thermal bath. Lots of shops aren't actually open at the moment, it's a bit early. A coffee and cream shop shut at the moment. This chip shop, it's also a shop but will open later. And you've got the Rose Cottage. Yep. So obviously we've got Heights of Abraham and walking up to the castle. We're walking around the back of it. So it's nice up there. And we've got the fish bar here. At the weekends, Matlock is well known for its motorbiking. Everyone comes here on the motorbikes. I mean everyone. Weekend is absolutely heaving around here. Obviously there's a bike shop, so there's lots of different bikes. That's a retro style one, isn't it? That glossy one's nice. Right, so we are doing the steepest part of this hike now. So this used to be an entrance in to Heights of Abraham, not anymore. Staff entrance and deliveries only now. There's a sign here about the max width, 2 metres. Look how many vehicles have scraped this wall. And they've even got a sign there. Please do not force your vehicle through the gap. There's been a few scrapes. Imagine if you lived on this hill. Look at the views. Found one of the cave entrances. Wow, it's so much colder up here.
Cold? I feel cold, it's radiating off it.
I know.
What does it say about it?
It says access for appropriate experienced and equipped explorers is permitted, as long as this entry point is left secure.
Well, it feels really cold.
This is a proper cave.
Yeah.
This is access to one of the mines, which is gated and locked. But if you've got the right equipment, you can go into the caverns here. But obviously, it's locked up. So, I just want to check out the entrance. So much colder in here, so I'm guessing it's special keys to get in and out. Aye. But it does go for miles. Right, so we're now made it to the top of the hill, and I can tell you now that was very, very difficult. That was so difficult. And now we are heading towards the castle now. Well, basically Heights of Abraham. But yeah, we've walked all the way to the top, and I'm not the fittest of people in the world, but I have got a moderate level of fitness, and even for me that was quite hard work. Yay, we've made it to the Heights of Abraham, yay! Through the back way. Oh. Okay, so we've walked from here, we've walked up here, we've looked at the cave, walked past the shaft. There was some mess near the shaft, I think it was there anyway. We've come, no it was there, wasn't it, where the mess was. We've come round, we're now here, get to the air shaft, and then all these air shafts and mines. I think we're actually going this way. So we're going here. Cable car would take you to the top of Abraham's here. Then we're heading back to Matlock. So unfortunately, Heights of Abraham shut. So we can't even go down to the park and check it out. Which is a shame. It'd be nice to sit down there and have 5 minutes. Yeah, this takes us to the cavern, I think. So if you fancy a day and you don't want to do the hike up, you can get the cable car up here. So from this really good viewpoint from up here, I'm going to just give you a quick look at what we can see. So you've got Matlock down there, and got Riber Castle there. Glory. And pan around, you've got, so around here somewhere you've got Giddy Edge. Giddy Edge. And if we pan all the way around, you can just about make it out. You've got Crouch Sand. Right, I'll just give you a quick look in 4K, glorious 4K. Bye. Shelley's getting a bit annoyed with me now because she's ready for her chips. She wants me to get going. So let's go. If Shelley says she wants her chips, we can't stop her from having her chips. And she won't wait for me any longer. She'll just walk off and leave me. She normally does that anyway. Right, so we've just had an argument with a man walking his dog who wouldn't have his dog on a lead as well as a sheep. The farmer gave him a right mouthful, threatened to bring his shotgun out. So we got in the middle of that, and I was sticking up for the farmer because he should have had his dog on a lead because it was in the field where the sheep were, very close to the sheep. But anyway, we're now feasting on chips and Greg's sausage rolls. Probably not the most healthiest, I know that, but
We've walked 6 miles.
we have walked 6 miles. This walk's been a 6 mile walk. And we're sitting in this lovely park back in Matlock where we started. And that will be the end of the video. So hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. I massively appreciate it. And if you're not familiar with the UK, Greg's sausage rolls are the best.